Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and as the football season approaches, the transfer window is in full effect right now. We had a little bit of a dull transfer window because of two summer tournaments as the Euros and Copa America were in full effect. But now that they have finished and a week has passed and the players are slowly returning to back to their clubs, the transfer window is heating up, and there are a lot of deals that are being completed every day, and the rumors are written. The biggest rumor for today is Kevin De Bruyne. All the talk about him leaving Manchester City and going to Saudi Arabia. There is almost a confirmed signing for Arsenal in Calafiori, coming from Bologna to Arsenal. Here we go from Fabrizio Romano is almost there, and then Aston Villa making breaking their transfer record and making Ahmed Onana their highest signing ever. So lots to talk about in this video. So let's get started. We're gonna start, of course, with the Kevin De Bruyne news. I mean, it is like what could be one of the biggest transfer of this window. At the moment, that Kylian Mbappe is like the signing of the season for Real Madrid, and I think it would still be the biggest summer signing. But if somehow Kevin De Bruyne leaves Manchester City and goes to Saudi Arabia, I mean, that would be such a big coup for Saudi Arabia. You can see the way the players that they are targeting this summer are not your almost retired and semi-retired players like your Karim Benzema's or Cristiano Ronaldo's or even N'Golo Kante's, like player who are at the end of their careers. The rumors that are coming in these days in this window for Saudi Arabia are players that are in their mid-20s or late 20s. There was rumor about Richarlison going to Saudi Arabia as well, and now today De Bruyne about going to Saudi Arabia, and same with Edison, another Manchester City player. So as I said, the biggest shocker, I think Edison one could be true, same could be said by Richarlison. But if Saudi Arabia managed to get Kevin De Bruyne, I think that would be such a big loss for Manchester City, with a big loss for Premier League. According to Fabrizio Romano, there is no strong contact at this moment between any club in Saudi Arabia and Manchester City. Manchester City situation is very straightforward. They don't want to sell De Bruyne. There is no news from inside De Bruyne's camp, so they are staying a bit quiet. Like, they have not come and outright denied it. So there is maybe something to that, and I guess De Bruyne is like 29-30 at the moment, and he has won basically everything there is to win at Manchester City, and maybe he's looking at going to Saudi Arabia and maybe earning a good amount of money for the last, this could be his last big contract. Of course, he will get a lot of money at Manchester City, but the money that Saudi Arabia are going to give City cannot match that. Let's be very honest about that. And for Saudi Arabia, at the heart are the one club that are really adamant to sign him. So for them to bring a player like De Bruyne, who is at the moment probably one of the best, the best creative midfielder in the Premier League, to take him away from Premier League and to bring him to Saudi Arabia, I think would be a big coup for Ittihad and the Saudi League as well, and a big loss for Manchester City. They still have that pending investigation. So there are problems behind the scene in Manchester City that maybe could maybe be one of the reasons that De Bruyne wants to leave. But as I said, it's still a rumor. It's still on early stages, but it's a big rumor because it's Kevin De Bruyne, the type of player that is the high-profile player that you don't really expect for him to leave the Premier League, leave Manchester City, and to go to Saudi Arabia. So let's see where this rumor goes on. Following on, then we are going to talk about the two signings. It has been going on from yesterday. Fabrizio Romano every 4 or 5 hours gives an update. It's my club, Arsenal. They are almost there to sign Calafiori. The personal terms have been agreed. The terms between Arsenal and Bologna have been agreed. It's just the previous club, Basel and Bologna, trying to decide on the sell-on fee and which club is going to get how much percent of the profit from the sell-on clauses that Bologna has in his previous contract. To be very honest, I am very happy. I see a lot of people questioning where Calafiori is going to play. He's a left-footed centre back, so we already have players like Timber. You already have Jacob Kiwior is there, but you are gonna compete for the Premier League. You are gonna compete for the Champions League. You have FA Cup, you have League Cup. There are so many games Arsenal are gonna play, and you need all these players up and ready for it. You need competition. You need a squad depth. You look at every time you play Manchester City, you look at their bench and you just wonder if one person gets injured, they have like 2-3 great players to replace them. So you need a squad depth to challenge Manchester City. Arsenal have slowly close the gap on Manchester City every season, and I think Arteta is doing the same thing. There are rumors that maybe Timber and Kiwior, one of them or maybe both of them will leave. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think it's Arteta is slowly building a big squad that can challenge Manchester City. And you know, with the injuries, like Julian Timber just played one game last season and then he was out for the entire season. So you never know what can happen. So you need to be ready for it. And I think he's a very good signing. He had a great season with Bologna. And then the Euros, a lot of people really looked into him, but his mind was set on Arsenal. And he's a very young defender as well, a young centre back from Italy. Coming into the Premier League, it's not really that often that you see this type of deals, but I think it's a very good deal. And to get him for about 35 million pounds, or 30 million pounds, sorry, it's a steal, to be very honest. And I am very excited for Calafiori to join Arsenal. As I said, we are just waiting for Fabrizio Romano's official. Here we go. The last tweet that he is sent about Calafiori is that all the signings have been all the agreements have been signed, and maybe the medical is going to be tomorrow or day after tomorrow. So it's like 1 or 2, but it's almost official that Arsenal have made their first signing. And I think it's a really good one, and I'm really excited that he's joining. I really liked him in the Euros as well. He was in my team of the season, group stages as well, because I really like the way he plays, the way he controls the ball, takes it Arteta needs a player who can give great passes. His vision is really good as well, and he likes to he likes to play with the ball. He takes it out and makes those long runs, taking the ball forward. So I think he's gonna settle in really well at Arsenal. And then we are going to talk about Aston Villa's record signing. It was announced about 3 hours ago. Ahmed Onana from Everton to Aston Villa for about 60 million pounds. Their biggest ever signing, record signing for Aston Villa. I think it's a very smart signing. People are not really paying that much attention to Aston Villa. They are in the Champions League, so they need squad depth, as I keep on saying. And because we saw what happened to Newcastle last year, they came into the Champions League. They did not sign. They tried to sign players that could have helped them, but in a way they made 1 or 2 marquee signings and then they just left at it. But Aston Villa are not doing it. The business that they are doing is a very smart business. And to get Ahmed Onana, he's like 22 years old, defensive midfielder in Unai Emery's team. I think it's a brilliant signing for Aston Villa, and I think it's gonna help Everton as well. They get 60 million for a player, and then they can use that money to invest in their squad, so that they don't have to be in a relegation fight again. For Aston Villa, it's a great signing. Defensive midfielder, he's so good technically on the ball. The tackles he made, like he was on one of the top 5 players in getting possession back in that defensive midfield. And he was playing for Everton, so I imagine what he would do at Aston Villa with Unai Emery's coaching. So I think this could be turn out to be a very smart signing, maybe like top 10 signings of the season early on in the Premier League. I think that is such a really smart signing. That's it to me. That's it from me today for the transfer rumors. I'm gonna start making videos regularly about the transfer rumors, and start gonna preview the all the 5 leagues and before the season starts, and what we are gonna expect in this season, or of the football. So like the video and share it as well, and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, bye bye.